You mentioned something very interesting, like poo. This poo is being used to grow the plant. Yeah, poo, a very interesting topic in general.
Poo's a great topic.
So, what I've seen, like, if you don't have a plant, you actually are wasting that poo because you have to take it out before you actually damage the fish, right?
You're wasting waste. Yeah.
That's the key word today.
Wasting waste. Yeah. Well, with an aquaponics system, you capture that waste and you turn it into a plant. Otherwise, in your home aquarium, maybe you've seen other aquariums that are green. There's a lot of algae. If you're not using that waste for a plant that's consumable by human beings, it's essentially wasted, and the algae is instead eating that waste. Maybe snails, maybe you have a plecostomus or a suckerfish that could eat the algae, but it's essentially wasted.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most time-consuming things to actually clean your tank.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I love aquariums, but if someone told me I never had to do a water change again, I would do anything to not do that.
Yeah. We have this one for my office, and man, sometimes even with a small one, it can get hard sometimes.
Yeah.
I never had a fish in my life. This is actually my first fish aquaponic system.
Congratulations.
And two things came to my mind. It's not as hard as I thought. If you maintain a regular kind of routine going on with a fish tank, it will be okay. And the other thing is sometimes it can get very hardcore. Like this is unfortunately because this is a small one. There's not much risk going on. You have the pumps that actually help you a lot. The lights. So if you forget it in your office, as many times I have, it's not a huge damage. It doesn't break the whole cycle. However, I've seen others, big ones, that they seem pretty pro. Like it's a very pro system.
Yeah, it's like anything. You can take it from the low end model. You can have it at the very high end model. And something I want to reiterate is it's not going to exist on its own forever without your help. It's forgiving. There's monitoring. It has its own system. It's built in. It looks pretty decent, but it's you can't leave it alone. You have to take care of it. It's more forgiving than if you were to set up a full aquaponics massive system. This is something for your home. This is something for a classroom. This is great for kids. Something to help get them introduced into aquariums. You could spend, really all your money if you want on an aquarium, but it's up to each person to see how far they want to take it.
Yeah, and well, also by the question of James, and you mentioned children, I've seen a lot of efforts to make this kind of system, this sustainable system of aquaponics. Also, I've seen some vertical gardening going on. This movement are trying to educate children in schools, especially in the U.S. There is a lot of activism of trying to make people familiar because, as you say, the environment in general works like that.
Yeah,
this is something that is not invented by us, but even though people are not really conscious about that, this really exists.
People just literally don't know where food comes from most of the time. I've met young children in community gardens who think that there is a pizza tree. There are people who don't understand about farms and mostly about fish. People are shockingly ignorant about how fish is produced, where fish comes from, and I hope that Herb&Fish and other projects like this can help educate the U.S. and other countries too about how we get our food, how it's made, and that understanding that connection and having that visual connection in your life is so important. I mean, I'm weird. I wear ocean shirts so I can easily talk about the ocean and kind of force people to talk about it. Herb&Fish is sort of the same way. And that's when you have that sitting in your living room, it's a conversation starter. It's going to force that conversation. Yeah, an aquarium can do that too, but like we were talking about earlier, some people just don't want to commit to a full aquarium.
I feel like the common knowledge is, fish doesn't do anything. You don't have to take it for a walk, but you have
you can.
Well, you can if you put wheels.
Yeah.
It's another type of commitment. There's other type of responsibilities, and so far, from my first experience, I kind of love it. Like it's pretty cool. Like you are sitting down long hours, and sometimes just looking at fish going in circles, actually makes your it relieves a little bit of stress.
Well, there's actually peer-reviewed scientific studies that show that when you sit in front of an aquarium, you go to an aquarium, you have your own personal aquarium. I mean, interacting with any animal actually lowers your blood pressure. And for someone like me, drinking a lot of coffee, maybe not exercising as much as he should, it helps to just kind of chill out, looking at some fish, looking at some plants, meditate.
Yeah, it's with aquaponics in general, it's pretty cool because you also get the plants.
Yeah, and you get the plants, and that's
Yeah.
the big deal. I've had aquariums for years, and I've gotten a lot of dirty water, but I haven't gotten any mint for my mojitos.
Yeah, so it's cool.